Hi everyone, it's Kathleen. I am here today to turn on the camera and show you the book that I'm going to be following. I have purchased this book on Amazon several years ago, and it's my Stitch Bible. I absolutely love love this book. I love her type of stitching, and I followed her for many years on her blog, so I bought her stitch book. It's for both left-handed and right-handed people. It shows you how to do the stitches via pictures, and I would like to practice every single one of her stitches in this treasure hunt of stitches. This beautiful colored yarn is the first thread that I'm going to be experimenting with, and I took that ball of, I guess it's a ball or a cake of yarn apart, and I separated the different variegated colors in it. So I'm just going to be showing you how I just do a basic back stitch to add color while we're waiting for the girls' prompts. So that ball of variegated yarn is, can you see all the beautiful colors? I started to crochet this shawl to see if I liked the colors together. And when you take the colors apart, they look really nice. So this is I'm gonna have to go back to the store and buy another twin pack to finish this shawl with. Go later today or tomorrow. It might be a holiday here in Canada because of Canada Day. So, Treasure Hunt of Stitches. Let's take a look at this book. The author is Sharon Bogan, and she has a blog. But this book, like I say, I got it off Amazon, and it's a Stitch Bible. Why do I call it that? Because it has, I'm not going to adjust my camera here. It has beautiful contemporary embroidery that she's used throughout. I just want to show you. She has it's in alphabetical order, a stitch dictionary, what I call it. Shows you a picture of what they look like, the name of them, and it tells you what page to look at in the book. So when I just see stitches like this, oh, I want to do this, and then I go to that page and I practice it. So we're going to be practicing on camera all these stitches from this book. And I'm just going to leaf through quickly and just show you this book because I love it. I wouldn't be without it. It's beside my bed, and I refer to it often, daily, every second day, just to look at it. And it shows you just some ideas on what to do with the stitches, and that's what I'm going to show you on camera. Love the encrusted stitching, and I know I'm going to be doing a lot of that. Maybe this is a good position. Look at this. So I'm going to show you how to do this. If you're looking for a book to buy, this is a really good reference book. And she gives you some beautiful stylized things to create, which I'm going to create on camera. And this is totally, I'm going to be totally inspired by her book here. And just encrusted stitching. Just love it. So she just shows different ways of doing things. I have her, she has several books out. Like, look at this. So she has and she shows you how to do the stitch if you're R for right-handed, L if you're left-handed. And you just follow that column and set of photos, and off you go. Look. Just look at this. So for our treasure hunt of stitches, this is going to be awesome. We are going to go through these. Just look. We're going to go through these and practice these. She is a master stitcher. She's a master embroiderer. Just look at this stuff. So this will fall in really nicely with the stitch sampler or hunt from what the girls have described. And just look, we're going to experiment with all of these. So this is a very, very cool book. Cup stitch, raised cup stitch. Just gorgeous things we're going to be doing. Look at this. Beautiful. So we're going to be doing little things and stuff all over our book pages. Well, that's what I'm going to be doing, following the prompts. I don't know what kind of prompt she's going to be doing, but I'm going to try to follow the prompts. When I say she, I mean both Sarah and Rachel on coming up. I thought it was starting July 1st, so I'm anxiously waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting, checking their sites. Maybe my iPhone isn't working, waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting, and it's still not coming. So I'm getting antsy. I have zero patience, zero. Mrs. Sunby would say, wait, wait. So, well, I can't wait. I just can't wait. I can't. I have no patience. So, look at this. Just gorgeous. So this book is amazing. So and look, you may not have when I was looking at it, I just bought it. I didn't see what was inside because on Amazon they don't show you. So I'm just doing very, very quick flip through. So lots and lots of, look at this, OMG. I'm going to be creating a lot of these in what I call like a sampler. My sampler pages. So it's Treasure Hunt of Stitches. My whole book, I have pages, and I'm going to be practicing. Just look at this, practicing stitches. Just like this. Practicing. So this is an excellent book. I bought Sharon's, because I'm not at home, I can't just look to my right and see the name of the book and tell you it. It's a Crazy Quilting. She has a pocket manual and a bigger book. I bought the bigger book. Tête de Pouf, or Wee Deer Stitch. Beautiful. Okay, so look at how great this is. This is an awesome book. We are going to be playing with all of these stitches. Okay, there we are. This one is called Creative Stitches for Contemporary Embroidery. The author is Sharon Bogan, B-O-G-G-O-N. Again, I bought it off of Amazon. It says it's available as an ebook, but I like to actually have a hard copy of this book. Okay, so that's the book. I love this. I recommend this book. I'm not getting paid to recommend it, but I love it. So what do I want to do? I'm waiting for the girls and their prompts. So I'm sitting here at my son's house, feet up, twiddling my thumbs, crocheting a shawl because I love crocheting. Love the feel of yarn. This is not just yarn, but this is merino wool. So I buy it at a specialty shop, and I bought it to use as threads, and I got carried away waiting for the girls, so I picked up a crochet hook, and this happened. This happened. I don't know how it happened, but it did. So we are going to take this. We are going to just do some back stitches. So I'm going to take out my needle book. I created this needle book on my YouTube channel, and it's using my slit slot, a slit slot binding. Okay, I'm going to, this is my Milner's needle, and I like it because it's long. My thumb just lets go sometimes, so I like it because it's long. I like it because it has a large eye, and I like it that the shaft is straight. So for wrapped stitches, they slide off easy. So I'm going to use that, and I'm going to put this away. Beautiful glass antique button. And, oh shoot, Amaru, my coffee's on there. What did I want? I wanted to find my, oh gosh, my needle threader. Pray to God my coffee doesn't spill. Okay, needle threader. Oh God. when I'm sitting down. I can't see a thing. I'm going by touch. Oh, look, I found it. Close the lid. I have an old antique sewing box that this is stored in, so I'll just put that up there. Okay. I think because I know this is furry thread, I'm going to have a hard time threading it. Oh, shootamaroo. I guess scissors might help. Oh, yes, I'm very prepared. Scissors. Oh, thank goodness you're here. Thank goodness you're here. I don't have to stop this video. Okay, and if I better leave that coffee alone. Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to be doing a basic back stitch, and I'm going to go around here. I think I want to leave this page as is because I'm going to make a cutout and have a little peekaboo on the word hunt. So it's folded over so I can see my word hunt like that through here, and I'm going to make, we'll do that in another video. Right now this video is just about blending in these colors, my variegated shades. One, this is dark mauve or dark purple, light purple. It has the purple and the green, green and lime green, kind of lime green, honey yellow, blues, fuchsias, fuchsia and pink. So I want those colors going around this circle. And if you see the back stitch on one side, you're going to see the back side of the back stitch on there. So I'm going to go around the whole circle using, oh, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And let's go with let's find some pins. We're going to do quadrants. So we're going to start seven, did I say? 6, 1, 2, 3. And I'll do 3 and 4. 2, 4, 6, 7. 7 divided by 2, so 3 and 2. 3 and 4. So let's go here. I'm just dividing this up. So I'm going to be stitching on camera a good majority of the time. So I'll have my pie into 3. So let's go into there and there. So Lisa, I have included, if not all of these, some of these colors for you in your package. Okay, so here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I need 4 of the 4 quadrants. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this will be in half. And we're playing with different yarns and different stitches. Okay, so let me count here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so I did that, and I want to start with this, working my way up from this darker purple, and well, I really don't, I'm going to take, what is it? Well, I'm going to approximately take 20 inches and snip that off. And let's thread this needle. I'm using this DMC threader because it's wool, and I just want it to go through easy. So look at how nice that went through. So we are going to stitch. I'm going to move that up, and move this just a little closer to me. Boy, am I ever a brain surgeon. Look at that. Okay, let's try this again. Okay. And I'm just going to make a single knot on the end of this. And, uh-oh, So we're going to start at the bottom. We're going to be doing a back stitch. So, and I'm very lucky with this because I have, the tatting has made beautiful holes. And I'm going to start in I'm going to say a higher one, then go down to a lower one. I'm going to remove that. So a back stitch, you come up at the top, down at the bottom. Some people like to use a hoop for embroidery. I don't. I like to feel my needle and feel my stitches. So up at the top, and now we go down at the bottom. And I'm going to go all the way up, stitching to that needle, to that pin. And I'm going to show you the back. The back will look like a stem stitch, and this is a back stitch in the front. So I'm just adding color to this title page, my treasure hunt of stitches. And oh look, I have to be careful because it's coming out. So let's just, I want to go a little further. So this video is me about just watching me stitch the basic back stitch all the way around. If I have any leftover yarn on my needle, I'm just, oh, you know what? I'm not just going to be doing a little lazy daisy stitch because I want to do that little peekaboo circle. So this stitch looks good on both sides. I want to show you the top. Because it's dark, it's hard to see, but I can't see through my camera holder. So you have just individual stitches, back stitches on that side. And if you turn it around, well, minus my knot here, it looks like a stem stitch around here. I don't mind that. Even though I have OCD, I don't mind that stitch. It actually looks like it might be coming out. Oh, yep, it is. It's coming out. So how would I rectify that? I would take my threader and I'm stitching it back and forth. That's what I'm doing. Taking this and stitching it back and forth. Okay, and stitch that in there. Catch it with your thumb. There. So I kind of wove it back and forth. Let's maybe weave it one more. So when you stitch with yarn, or even that Petty Point DMC yarn, which we will be using. So perfect. It's hidden, and I just used my embroidery needle threader to sew it in. Okay, so let's just continue with the back stitch, and I'm going to be using the purple, and then I'm going to switch it to my next color that has purple and green. So back and forth. You can go, I can also go like this stitching. So that was stab stitch, what I just basically in and out like this. That's a stab stitch. You're stabbing the fabric and pulling through. I don't know the name of this kind of stitching. You stick your needle in and you go, your needle is always on the surface of your fabric. So down and up. So this is the back stitch. I wish my stitches were this even without the cheating of these holes, but they're not. I've embroidered for many, many years, 40, 50 years maybe, and I still, look at that, I still can't get the length of my stitches proper. And because I let go of that thread, I'm going to be stitching it. So thank goodness for a needle threader. And let's keep going. I'm moving it down so I can actually see where this is going to hopefully go a little faster. So I'm just going to create a circle of these beautiful colors of yarn. So not only do I crochet or now knit with yarn, knitting I can't get my tension right, so I'm going to stick with, oh shoot-a-maroo, stick with crocheting for a while, she says. My pin fell out. Okay, and I have to have the same amount of stitches on one side of the page as the other. So this is a very easy, relaxing stitch, a back stitch, and on the other side it forms a thicker, it's an outline stitch. And this is, I'm creating a book because all my walls are filled with stuff. I have no space on my walls for a wall hanging. And I like to create books, so why not? Okay, we're coming to the end of the stitching. And I'm going to be using my slit slot hinge system that I use in journals for this. So, okay, so this is there and down. So what I'm going to do now, as I progress, because I had this little issue with it unthreading there, I'm going to, I don't even know if I should even do a knot. I don't think so, because it's just going to take up bulk. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to go back and forth to hide this tail. And I'm going to snip it off. Could have snipped it a little closer, maybe. And I'm going to continue with a different color. So there's that purple, and I'm going to leave it. Maybe I'll do that stitching on the front. So I'm just going to line up my excess threads in front of it like that. You'll have to, okay, forget. Sometimes I get boggled down in the details. So this is quite similar. There's more of the khaki color under here. Oh well, I'm just going to use the threads. So it's more, that's when you get a variegated thread, you are at the mercy of the variegation as far as color is concerned, whereas if you go with a solid color, you can do color placement. Okay, so let's move this out of the way. So this is a different color. So what am I going to do to hide this? Well, I'm going to hide the thread this way. So I'm going to, and it'll be covered up by my stitches, and then I'll cut off this thread. So I'm just going to come up at the top. You know what? I'm going to do a knot at the top so it actually stays there, and then I'll just cut off that knot later. So this is like hidden stitching. So your hidden tails. So I'm going to go about an inch, because I have another inch that I can go back on that side. I'm just going from the top, I'm going to go down, and where my stitch is going to start, remember it goes from the top and then down towards the color. So I'm going to start like this, and that'll be removed. We are just doing a back stitch now. And let's top to bottom, this is a stab stitch. So I know I'm going to come up through here. But I'm going to go on, I'm going to pull my thread out in towards the center when I go down, and it'll be wrapped around the thread. You'll see, oh, for criminy sakes. Okay, I'm moving the thread, going in through the top. See, it's hidden already. And down. I'm going to I'm going to alternate this yarn. So my thread is going to, my needle is going to go down here. So I'm pulling it towards the outside now. Am I in the right hole? Yep. So I am capturing this thread at the back and continuing with our back stitch. So we did in, out. So okay, so I move, well, that's just in case it this way. I can't remember which way I even position this. I just want to catch the thread at the back. So come up here. And dark for me is hard to see. Oh, here's the rope, so I have to go this way. And watch, that back thread is catching that loop. It's almost like couching at the back. So you're just hiding that thread. And I know I have to come up here. And look, so I'm not catching that. Here I would be catching it. Oh, sorry. So this is the thread, and I'm going to go over this thread to catch it, and down. There's nothing fast about slow stitching, is there? So once this is caught, I can forget about this. So my eyes can't see that. So I'm making sure that this thread goes over top of that excess thread. And where's this? Again, this way. Okay, I can't see where I'm supposed to come out. Right here. But I have to go around this thread and down. Yep. I always have to check my hole. And back. The fading on this line is nice and gradual. I'm catching the thread. Nope. Catching the thread. Yes. Wasn't sure which hole to come up. Okay, that caught the thread enough. I'm going to just go down, and let's catch one more time, and then I'll cut off this knot at the top. So where is this thread? Perfect. Okay, it'll be easier for you to see what I'm doing when I cut off this thread. Sorry, my glasses bumped the camera. So that's garbage. Okay, now we're just doing a regular back stitch. It's sometimes easier if you pull it. Rest your hand on the table and work it this way. Takes a little while to secure that thread at the back, but then we don't have knots. And Okay, I didn't think I had, didn't think I had enough pins in there, but I did. Purple green with the variegation of the thread. Okay. That's gonna bother me. Oh, that's nice. Very nice. And this will bother me. OCD. Yes, I have OCD. All right. And yarn is nice to work with. Nice and soft. This one's a merino yarn. So it's so soft. Uh-oh. Did my pin fall out? Oh, it's in my hand and I can't feel it. It's in my hand and I cannot feel it. Okay, so, oh, it's halfway, so I know it's here. I can see it right there on the of. It's going to be very exciting going through each one of those stitches, experimenting with the different types of threads and yarns, different textures, creating texture with thread. So when I film, I'll start the stitches and it'll be a fairly long video when you start it. So I don't know, half an hour video or so. And then I'll go off camera and finish stitching it. So then my finished picture will be up on the YouTube picture. Look at how pretty that is. Can you see the variegation of color? Very nice. So, oops, am I at half? One more. Okay, I finished that one, that little section, and instead of tying a knot and having all my yarns come apart, I'm just going to go from left to right. Okay, my fingers aren't holding this properly. No. I'm going just through the threads, in between the thread and the fabric. And then I'm just going to cut that off, and it's hidden. There, hidden. Very pretty. So this is that variegated. Maybe I better not. I was going to say, let's put that on here, but I'm going to be doing that buttonhole, I think, with these leftover bits. Next one is the green. Different variegated green. I have broken so many of these because I think the wire just comes out really quickly. And again, okay, this is going to take a little while to attach this thread, but it's worth it. So let's go again from the top, about an inch, and to the top one, because I'm going to go towards the threads, and we're continuing with the back stitch. I'm going to see, okay, here, let's go. I was going to say, I'm going to see if I can just do it. I'm just going to do that first one, second one. Oh, I am going through it, so maybe I'm going to try like this. So I'm kind of cutting the threads. Oops. See, look, I didn't even catch that. So let's go just to the back. Wrong one. To go up higher. Making sure it's almost like you're coaching it in the back just to catch it. Okay, 2 more stitches and maybe I can cut that off. So this is the back stitch on the front, and look, my knot's already coming out. When you work with yarn, that's what you tend to get, is your knots tend to come out. That's why you want to wind them in your working thread. So let's lay this down, pull that yarn up, and snip that off. Okay, whoa. Okay, hopefully I won't puncture myself. So we have purple, the purple green, and now the greenish. So I love the variegation, and because this is a long variegation, you actually have to cut the threads and do it. Sue Sparkle threads have short variegations. DMC has long variegations, so it depends on how fast you want the color change in your work. And we're just going to try to, whoopsie, I don't want to let this go because my thread will fall out of the needle. Oops, because it's a vintage doily, some of these threads have let go here that I'm going through, so I'm going through almost like 2 of them, a slot or a slit rather than just a dot. Very pretty with the color variation. So excited to be practicing stitching. Was knitting there for quite a while. So this week I am house sitting at my son's. So that's why I brought my journal of Stitchery to work on and to film. And if I have to wait till Wednesday, today's Monday, for the girls' prompts, I'm just going to work on this cover page. I want to do that little peekaboo hole on the other side. I do my down the rabbit hole pages in junk journaling, and the peekaboo pages are little holes that you can use with, you can cut out of your fabric and make see-throughs to the next page. So this is finished, this green, and can we see how it's going from the purple green to the green, and we're going to go back and forth. Okay, I'm not holding this correctly. I'm making it quite snug so I can just go in and out. And that's it. I will lay it flat, pull and cut. So the next color, ooh, is that beautiful honey. Love this. It's almost a honey and olive green together. It's so nice and quiet here. My son's dog does not bark. Mila and Jacques are just barking crazed hooligans. Lulu's sleeping in her crate. Of course, the door's opened. I don't close it on her. There's a, oh, so we're from the top here. We are going down. Okay, and same sort of thing. We're just securing the threads. So we're going up and down. Securing that thread at the back before we go. And I want to come out here. So you always have to make sure that you're catching that thread. So that's not catching it, but this is. And yes, I'm in the correct hole. So it's a little slow going at first because you are anchoring that thread in the back so you can cut off the knot. And I want to come out here. You see, if I just went down like that, it's not catching anything. So I have to go around it and then down. And I have to come up over here. And again, I have to go down this way to catch that thread. Oops, I'm hitting something hard. There, not quite catching the hole. And let's just go in and out and in and out. And let's trim off that knot, cut off that little knot here, pull, and cut. And we can go faster. Oh, that's pretty. See this one, there's a knot from the crocheted bit that's covering up that thread, which makes it look like ouch, like it stopped. Okay, so this green will go right up to the top. Green, yellow, this yellowish lime green. I'm holding the thread, I'm holding the fabric down as I put it in so it doesn't curl up. I like using a milliner's needle. You'll notice I use it all the time. Other ladies are very particular about which needle they use for which thread. I'm happy if I can load the thread onto the needle and hang on to the needle because my thumb just lets go. So I use a milliner's needle because I have to, and it works for me. So use what works for you. My 10-year-old grandson, he FaceTime me. I'm house sitting at his house looking after Lulu, his little dog, and 2 cats. He FaceTimed me yesterday. Grandma, I just got out of the Atlantic Ocean. I says, oh, geez. Sounds kind of cold. Oh, it was cold, but we were in there for an hour. He's a fish. All my grandkids can swim. I'm so happy for that. I think it's important that you learn how to swim. If you don't learn to swim when you're little, it's so much harder because your fear of water grows. My mother is terrified of water. She fell through ice on the farm on a pond in the middle of winter, Canadian winter, so she's terrified of water. Oh, I don't want to tie this. Okay, shootamaroo. I do not want to make a knot. I just want to go back and forth. So pull it snug and then back and forth and back and back. And we can cut that off. Nice shades of green because I wanted to use my yarns. We're going to experiment sewing with ribbon. Oh, and the blue. And just lots of different things we're going to practice stitching with. So let's... There we are. Oh, this is really thin there. Maybe I'll leave the thin one here, because yarn is spun and woven between, well, maybe not your hands nowadays, but it varies in thickness sometimes. So there's a loose knot there. And again, we're going to continue around our circle. Oh, I love the colors. So move it this way. I usually go about an inch and then down. And again, we're going to try to anchor those stitches, or that thread, I mean, in the back. So the first one I just go, and now I'm going to go around, catch the yarn in the back. I go from this side. Oopsie. There we are. Oh, I like this blue. Oops, I have to go from the other side. Make sure you're catching that yarn in the back, because the yarn, the knot undoes in yarn. Okay, I'm going to cut that guy off, cut the knot off, and come up, and then now we can go faster. My glasses hit the camera again. Oops. Pinterest is a great source of inspiration for me. I go on Pinterest every morning while I sip my coffee in bed. And, or to this week, it's coffee on the couch. Okay. It's nice to get a rhythm when you're stitching. Oh, it's kind of on the darker side, but I'm going to have a variety of colors because I'm experimenting with different threads. So this just won't be neutrals or just pinks or just this or just that. It's going to be the rainbowish that I showed you in my the supplies I bought in the Happy Mail from Lisa, that video. Okay, this is the last one. I'm going to go down, and again, pull it tight. My fingers just aren't working today. And okay, I got the thread, so that's not working. So left, right. If I pull it close to my eyes, as I just can't see. Okay, and I got something good, so meaning the fabric. So let's just cut that off. This blue will be changed. I like how the colors are looking with the threads up on top there. That's nice for my little circle that I'll be doing. Whoops. Blue. Oh, love this fuchsia color. Okay. This is a lighter one, so I'm going to put the knot in the lighter end. Is that what I want? No, I want to see the dark. Okay, so the knot in the darker end. Okay, so let's start again. So I got two more colors, or two shades of pinks. So my yellowish isn't very yellow, and my blue, it's quite dark in here, but you can see it. There's a color variation, but it's hard to see. It's not the exact colors what I see there. So, oops, sorry, I'm doing a wrong thing. From the top, 1 inch to back stitch on, and this fuchsia is going to be pretty. Straighten out the fabric, and let's always catch your yarn in the back. It's kind of crazy how the knots undo in yarn. Okay. Uh-oh. I'm working in the air. Ouch. All right. It's a very sharp needle. Make sure you catch your thread in the back. Whoops, and I didn't even go down the right hole. Okay. If Stephanie from Manchester is watching this, please contact me. I would like to send you something. Uh-oh, my thread is really twisting. Okay, so I've got this little bit and one more for this video. I like this brighter color. See, you never know until you try stitching with the yarns. Even though they are the variegated color, the colors that I have in the rainbow up here on my piece, they're not as bright, defined, brilliant. They blend in when you only have one little line. So I'll have to think. Maybe I can add another line of stitch, maybe a running stitch beside it. Maybe that's what I can do. Oh, I took that out. We're done. So let's go down and pull it tight, and let's wrap it over this finger. Try this finger. And back and forth. Whoopsie. Get your finger out of the way. Back, forth. Oh, okay, so when we get a knot like this, usually you hold either thread. It's either, there's a loop and 2 threads. So you hold one of the threads and, oh, there we go. Pull, you saw that? Rewind it. It's either one of the thread you pull. It's not, that's an easy fix. And I just do it automatically. Some people say, oh my gosh, I didn't know you can do that. Yes, that's how you fix it. So the last one is almost a mauve to blend in with the mauve, a lighter pinky mauve. So let's do that. This is the side I want to see first. And let's thread in. Oh geez, we're an hour it took to do this. Okay, but slow stitching. My stitching is going to be totally encrusted, meaning layers and layers and layers of stitching. I just love that. It'll be interesting to see what they use for prompts. Oh, look, you can really see the light mauve. Okay, so I gotta make sure I'm anchoring the thread at the back. Go over and in. So this is a nice variegated mauve. Whoops. Always make sure your thread catches that back thread to secure it. It's on which side you go down. And I'm going to be able to cut that off now, my knot, and continue. There we are. I like having holes to stitch into, because still, after all these years, my spacing of my stitches does not come naturally for me. Just like I may want to play the piano, but just don't have the rhythm. Can't do 2 things at once. Have a piano sitting there, so you're starting to pound on it. It says, Grandma, can I please play the piano? I says, well, if you treat it like a musical instrument, yes. If you treat it like a toy, no. So as soon as he starts pounding on it, Grandma doesn't even say anything. Grandma just walks down there and says, this is not a toy, and we just close the lid of the piano keys, and he's done for the day. Teaches them respect for musical instruments. Okay, well, see, look, okay, I got another knot. Oh, and so I was able to pull it, and then we got it out. So it's just a matter of just fiddling with that. And I gotta twist this. Stephanie, I really hope you contact me. There, I'll leave my email in the Stephanie from Manchester. I'll leave my email in the description box. To get to the description box, there's a little arrow, sorry, a little V here on the video. Click on the V and it will come. Drop down menu will come and you'll be able to get more. Left, right, left, right. Stephanie made my day. She was when I had stopped doing my stitch play videos, she left a comment on one of my journal videos saying that she really missed my stitching videos and it gave her something to look forward to every day. And that was really, really melted my heart. So I want to send her. I want to send you something. So please contact me. Please, please. Because my husband's aunts, the nuns, they always said, share with people. So that's what I do. So I'd like to share something with you. Look at this. Mauve or purple, purple green, green lime, supposed to be lime yellow, green blue, fuchsia pink, and light pink. Okay, I really like that. That is so subtle. I have to do something else. So off camera, okay, I want to start with this one here. So let's start with this purple. And you're going to really see how bad my stitch length is here. So we are going to make a knot in this. Oh, this is the more green side. I don't want that side. I want the more purple side. So let's go with this. I'm going to tie a knot, which will come undone. And I'm just going to be doing a running stitch beside this. Okay, and a running stitch. So, but I want to anchor this. I'm going to anchor this in the back like this. So I kind of tied it around that. And now I move this stitch because I want to go right beside it. And a running stitch is in, out, in, out, in, out, and they're usually the same. The thread is the same distance as the space, as the thread, as the space. But I call it a Kathleen's running stitch because I like a long thread and then a short space. That's just a matter of preference. And here's where my stitch lengths go wonky. So a running stitch is usually in, out, but I like to do a Kathleen's running stitch, meaning I called it that because that's what I do. Long yarn, small space. And I have to remember, okay, it goes right up to here, so I'm just going to do a running stitch. The same variegation that I did the back stitch, just to get more color. Maybe that'll give me the color I want, the addition of color on here. And this is a beautiful vintage doily that I got. Lisa says I must have got it from her because she has the exact same one. Oops, maybe one more stitch. So I'm going to go all the way around now with these leftover threads, and I'm going to do a running stitch in the different threads all the way around. And I'll finish stitching it, then I will take a photo of it and upload this video. So then we'll have different colors of back stitches as we go around. So thank you everyone for watching. Bye for now.